Hey there. Welcome back to the Do It With Intention podcast. I'm your host, Mindy Totten. And today we are going to answer some listener questions about a specific topic. Several weeks ago, I did a podcast episode on how to rebook clients without feeling gross and yucky and pushy and any of that. And I got such a strong response from that that I wanted to go a little bit deeper. I actually just created a training around this very thing, and that ended up being very popular as well. So I've been getting a lot of questions about wanting information about the training, about how to do this, about how to rebook clients without feeling, like a pushy used car salesman or something. And so I wanted to answer these questions today. And I thought I would, I don't know, sort of interview myself or something. I know that sounds ridiculous, but these are the questions I keep getting over and over. So I'm going to ask those questions that I've been hearing from therapists out there, and then I'll answer them on today's podcast. So the first question is, how did you come up with this training? Like, why did you choose rebooking? Like, why is that the new training? Well, when I thought about it, I was trying to think like, okay, what is the one area that every body worker needs to have down so that they can thrive, so that their practice is thriving, whether you're just starting out or whether you've been around the block a time or two? What is it that can ensure that you are successful in your business? And what is it that body workers really struggle with? And that's how I came up with this training. I see over and over and over again people afraid to ask clients to book another appointment. And, it's understandable because, well, first of all, nobody gets into body work with the idea of, oh, I can't wait to like sell my services. Like, oh, I can't wait to market myself. It's just really kind of hard to do that, particularly for people like us who are big-hearted. We're not like, hey, look at me, I'm the center of the universe. We're not ego. We try to be ego subordinated. So it's not the easiest thing for body workers to do. Yet it doesn't have to be excruciating. It can be something that's very simple and something where you have confidence, and so it doesn't feel like you're like you just want to sink down into the floor. And it also, if you're doing a genuine connection with somebody and you're asking them to rebook, it is heartfelt, it is authentic. It doesn't feel like some script that you have to read, because there's nothing worse than that. I tried that, where you're like, would you like to come for another appointment? And you just feel like it doesn't feel like you. It doesn't feel genuine. This training helps you with that. It helps you to use the words that are comfortable for you and asking people to rebook. So that's why the question of why did I create it is it's such an area of importance. And once you have a few key things down, it becomes far, far easier for you to do. And then the next question I get asked a lot about the training is what's in it? So what's it about? It's a really fast training. So it's a master class that can be done in under a couple of hours. And you can use it, like if you do it in the morning, you can use it that afternoon if you've got clients coming in. So it's not something you have to sort of slog through and, you feel like, oh, I'll just put off doing that because it takes too long. It's very, very quick, and it's designed to get you results immediately. So what's in it? First of all, there is a lesson on mindset. And if you've been listening to me for a while, you know that that is not my word. I do not love the word mindset. And yet in this context, it's really, really important. There are some journal prompts and some exercises around why is this so freaking hard for me to do? Why am I struggling to invite people to work with me again? So there's a piece of that. There's actual words to say, like here's an idea of how to say it in such a way that doesn't feel pushy, that doesn't feel gross. And then there's a couple other things too. I don't want to go into every single piece of it, but there's a part that's really been helpful for people from what the feedback that I've been getting, sort of a bonus area in the training, which is You ask if they want to rebook, and then they can respond however they want to. And these bonus videos where I actually say the words in so that you can see what it sounds like, hear what it sounds like, and see what it's like when I'm saying them, is how to respond when people respond to you. So, for example, something that's really common in craniosacral therapy and some of the other lighter touch therapies is that people will say, I didn't really feel anything. Okay, so you've asked, you've invited them to rebook and they respond, I didn't really feel anything. What do you say then? That's what this bonus area is about. Or people will say, I need to go home and check with my wife. Well, what do you say then? What you don't do, here is a little spoiler. What you don't do is try to pressure them in any way. You don't try to overcome objections. I hate that term because it's like people have reasons, you're not trying to, like, no matter what, overcome them. You're genuinely listening and then responding in a way, again, that is authentic. And so that, I think there's like 6 or 7 of those videos just of very quick, like, what do I say when somebody says this? What do I say when someone says that? And that can be really helpful as well. Okay, another question is, who is this for? This is for you if you, oh no, I'll flip that around. Who is this not for? This training is not for you if you have complete confidence and it's easy for you to ask people to rebook. And if they say no, you have no problem with it. Then it's not for you because you've got it down. Anybody else, whether you're first starting off, maybe you're just out of massage school, or maybe you have had your own practice for 20 years, yet you still struggle with this piece of it. This training is for you. Again, it's designed to go very quickly so that you can get the information you need and start implementing it and using that information right away. So whether you have your own practice or you work for somebody else, you will find the information and the words to use that feel good to you. So there's no scripts. It's not like, okay, you have to say this in the exact same way that I'm saying it. No, there's examples, and there is a real emphasis on genuinely connecting with people, like being present with person, rather than thinking about what you're going to say next to try to convince them to come back in. It's not about that. It's about genuinely connecting with people. So if that piece is difficult for you, that rebooking piece, and sometimes you just don't even do it, you just let the person leave, this training would be really, really helpful for you. Okay, and then the last question is, how do I get this? Where is it? You can find it on my website, mindytotten.com/rebook. It's also under mindytotten.com/programs. That's why I was thinking there for a second. But you can also get it /rebook, REBOOK, rebooking training. So you can take a look at that, see if that's something that could be helpful for you, see if that answers a lot of your questions. And I think that this training is, I'm super excited about it because it's the most accessible training that I have. So it's not a giant commitment. It's not a year-long commitment, anything like that. A couple of hours, and it will really help you jumpstart not only your confidence, but also your practice, and then start that momentum going so that it's not so daggone hard and not so much of a slog to try to get your practice up and running, to try to get that momentum going so that you're not constantly hustling and on the hamster wheel. Okay, again, that's mindytotten.com/rebook. Let me know what you think. All right, that was pretty good interviewing myself, right? Any questions at all, you can always reach out, hello@mindytotten.com. We're always happy to hear from you. In the meantime, whether you purchase the training or not, know that I am lifting you up in my heart. I know that you're doing beautiful work out there. I want you to keep going, keep doing that beautiful work, and keep doing it with intention.